All right, let's get right into it. There's this quiet but really urgent conversation happening among doctors right now. And it's not about some fancy new drug or a rare disease. Nope. It's about a habit so common, especially for seniors, that it feels completely and totally safe. It's probably part of your daily life right now. And this quote, it just nails the paradox here. Doctors are seeing the long-term damage from something that on the surface looks incredibly responsible, right? Even disciplined. But hiding behind that familiarity, there's this hidden risk building up, and it often goes completely unnoticed until, well, a crisis hits. So, what is it? What is this habit that so many of us believe is protecting us, but is actually slowly making us more vulnerable over time? Let's break it down. And you know what? The answer is, well, it's simpler than you might think. And it's not one specific action like drinking coffee or something. The real problem is the mindset of sticking to the exact same daily habits for years and years without ever updating them for a body that is naturally changing. It's when that comfortable routine becomes rigid. So this is the core idea we're talking about, a static routine. We're always told that consistency is king, right? Go to the gym, eat your veggies, stick with it. But what doctors are now seeing is that when your body changes, an unchanging routine stops being a strength and quietly turns into a major risk factor. Just look at this. It shows the mismatch so perfectly. The routine that was built for the body on the left, the one that could recover fast and handle a lot of stress, well, it's just not the right fit for the body on the right. That body needs more time to recover, less repetitive strain, and way more focus on balance. Sticking to the old plan, it's basically like using an old, outdated map for a brand new country. Okay, so let's dig into the case files. What are the actual everyday habits where this static approach becomes genuinely harmful? These are the routines that doctors see day in and day out that are secretly chipping away at people's health. Oh, this is probably the biggest one. That daily walk is a fantastic habit. Don't get me wrong, but here's the catch. When it's the only habit, it becomes a trap. The same movement day after day puts all that wear and tear on the exact same joints, while other really crucial things, like your balance or your overall strength, are totally neglected. And this chart, wow, it just lays out why that's so dangerous. See, a lot of these static routines avoid strength training, maybe because it feels risky or too intense, but the data couldn't be clearer. Muscle loss is the single biggest predictor of losing your independence. In fact, get this, some studies show that low muscle strength is a better predictor of your future health than even your blood pressure. So avoiding strength work isn't reducing your risk, it's actually cranking it way up. And then you've got the toughing it out mindset. We all know someone like this, right? The person who just powers through everything, who thinks that needing a rest day is a sign of failure or getting old. But here's the thing, medically, that's just not how it works. Our bodies, especially as we age, absolutely need recovery time to repair and get stronger. Ignoring those signals from your body is a surefire recipe for burnout and injury. I love this term, the active couch potato. It's brilliant. It perfectly describes someone who does their hour of exercise in the morning and then, boom, sits for the next 8 hours. Your body doesn't just care about that one workout. It responds to your whole pattern of movement throughout the day. And unfortunately, that one walk just can't undo all the harm that long periods of sitting do to your circulation and metabolism. And this static mindset, it creeps in everywhere. It's always choosing comfort, taking the elevator instead of the stairs, which makes you lose fitness really fast. It's static nutrition, like eating the same light meals you've had for years that just don't have enough protein anymore to keep your muscles strong. It could even be your medications, where a prescription from 10 years ago now makes you dizzy. And maybe the most important one, ignoring those little warning signs, just brushing off weakness as, oh, that's just old age, instead of seeing it as a signal that you need to adapt. Okay, I know that sounds like a lot of bad news, but here's the good part, the really hopeful part. The solution isn't some complicated, expensive new program. It's a simple but incredibly powerful shift in how you think. It's all about embracing adaptability. This slide just puts it all out there. You're basically at a fork in the road. On the left, you've got that rigid routine. It's fixed, it ignores what your body is telling you, and ultimately, it leads to fragility. But on the right, you have a responsive routine. It's flexible, it listens, it adapts, it loves variety, and it builds resilience. That's the goal. So how do you actually build one of these? Let's spend a second here.
First up, you start acknowledging those warning signs. Think of fatigue and stiffness as valuable information, not as failure. Second, you mix things up. Instead of just walking, add things that build strength, that challenge your balance, that improve your flexibility. Third, prioritize recovery. Seriously, understand that rest isn't laziness. It's literally when your body does all its repair work and gets stronger. And finally, seek out safe challenges. Don't avoid all effort, because the human body is amazing. It adapts to what you ask it to do.
So you might be thinking, okay, but when is it too late to make this switch? And the crucial point, the one I really want you to hear, is this. The answer is never. Medical evidence is crystal clear on this. Your body can build strength, it can improve its balance, and it can become more resilient at any age. It might be a little slower, sure, but improvement is always, always possible. It is never too late.
And you don't need some fancy medical test to figure out where you are. Your body is giving you clues all day long. Is it getting a little harder to stand up from a comfy chair? Do the grocery bags feel heavier than they used to? Do you feel a little wobbly when you turn around too quickly? These real-world signs are often way better predictors of your future independence than any lab result. You just have to listen to them. All right, let's bring this all home. Making this shift from a static to a responsive routine, it's not about adding some huge stressful burden to your life. It's about making a wise, powerful choice to start working with your body instead of against it.
I think this quote right here is probably the most important takeaway from this whole explainer. It's such a fundamental shift. Your health isn't measured by how perfectly you can stick to a plan you made 20 years ago. It's measured by how well you listen to and care for the body you have today. And hey, there's a really quick but critical message here for any family members or caregivers watching. If you're a caregiver, listen up, because this is so important. It can feel like the most loving thing to do everything for someone, right? To eliminate all their struggles. But in doing that, you might be taking away the very challenges their body needs to stay strong. Encouraging safe effort, that is a true act of love.
So in the end, the message from doctors is actually really simple. The body you have right now, this very minute, deserves a routine that's designed for it, for today, not for your past self. It's all about evolving, listening, and responding. So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about, for yourself or maybe for someone you care about. Take a really honest look at your daily habits, the things that make up your day. Are they just echoes from your past? Or are they actively and intelligently building the strong, resilient, and independent future that you really want to live in?